how to make amends with your cat using a language they actually comprehend. Welcome back to Meowrange, our intimate podcast-style corner of the internet where we explore captivating trivia, touching narratives, and unexpected truths about our cherished felines. This is your sanctuary to discover, chuckle, and deepen your adoration for these enigmatic beings we are so fortunate to house. Now, I have something to share that will absolutely astonish you. The vast majority of cat guardians are committing a severe error when attempting to say sorry to their pets. And tragically, it is actually exacerbating the situation. Yes, making it worse. That specific behavior you've been relying on, chasing after them, using that high-pitched baby voice, instantly offering treats. It is the equivalent of speaking French to a person who only comprehends Mandarin. However, here is the intriguing twist. Scientists have found that cats possess a hidden dialect for reconciliation. And the moment you grasp it, your entire dynamic shifts. Before we plunge into this remarkable voyage of feline forgiveness, I need to ask a favor of you. And no, this is not merely for the channel's benefit. This is for your benefit. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and crush the like button. And here is the reason why. The YouTube algorithm will only present you with more content of this nature if you actively engage. If this knowledge assists you in forging a more robust connection with your kitty, and believe me, it will, don't you want more of these revelations appearing in your daily feed? Every single like signals to YouTube. Yes, I require more of this in my life. So, do your future self a massive kindness right now. You will be grateful later. Let's discuss a reality that most people fail to recognize. Your cat possesses a memory that rivals an elephant wrapped in soft fur. I am not being hyperbolic. Back in 2017, researchers stationed at Kyoto University executed a revolutionary study demonstrating that cats hold what is known as episodic memory. This signifies that your cat does not merely recall general routines or link you solely with dinner. They recall distinct, specific experiences. That unfortunate time you accidentally trapped them in the washroom for 3 hours? They remember. The trip to the vet from last month? Crystal clear. That split second you stepped on their tail earlier today? Oh, they absolutely remember that. But it becomes even more compelling. A study from 2021 published in Current Biology unveiled that cats can genuinely decipher human emotions by reading our facial expressions and the tone of our voice. They are observing us, dissecting our behavior, and comprehending us far more deeply than we ever gave them credit for. When you inflict pain on your cat, whether physically by complete accident or emotionally by neglecting them, their brain does not simply log it as a meaningless event. It is processed, archived, and becomes a component of how they view you. Here is where the science gets truly gripping. The feline brain differentiates between what they deem an offense and what they deem a threat. A threat sparks their fight or flight mechanism, which is pure survival instinct. But an offense? That is emotional. That is personal. That says, I placed my trust in you, and you failed me. And unlike threats that dissipate once the immediate peril is gone, offenses linger in their memory banks, occasionally for weeks. Now, you might be reasoning, okay, so my cat remembers. Can I just grant them some space and assume they will forget about it? Here is the harsh reality. Ignoring the issue does not work. Research coming out of Oregon State University regarding feline stress behaviors indicates that unresolved negative encounters can actually compound as time passes, eroding the bond between cats and their humans. Every ignored offense stacks up like invisible fractures in a building's foundation. So, how can you tell if your cat is genuinely angry with you? The indicators are nuanced but undeniable once you are aware of what to scan for. Observe their ears. If they are flattened back or swiveled sideways when you draw near, that is your initial hint. Their tail narrates a story as well. A tail wrapped tightly around their torso or tucked beneath them signals unease and withdrawal. And those eyes? If their pupils are fully dilated in standard lighting, you are looking at a stressed or agitated cat. However, the behavioral shifts are what truly narrate the situation. Your typically cuddly cat suddenly refuses to come when summoned. They turn their back to you when you walk into the room. And yes, that is intentional. They might reject treats from your palm, even the ones they usually adore. They are not being melodramatic. They are communicating in the solitary language they possess. Let me recount a story that shatters my heart every time it crosses my mind. A viewer named Sarah wrote to me regarding her cat, Luna. Following a high-stress relocation to a new flat, Sarah was frazzled and short-tempered. One evening, when Luna knocked over a glass of water, Sarah screamed, really screamed, for the very first time. Luna vanished. For 3 full days, she scarcely ate, refused to make eye contact, and flinched whenever Sarah approached. Sarah attempted every trick she knew: treats, toys, verbal apologies. Nothing succeeded. She was witnessing their 5-year bond disintegrate, and she had no idea how to halt it. That relationship was eventually salvaged, but only because Sarah mastered what I am about to teach you. But here is what the majority of people fail to grasp. When you pursue your cat trying to apologize, when you scoop them up and mandate affection, when you track them to their sanctuary under the bed, you are not speaking their language. You are actually utilizing a language that, to them, sounds like peril. And there is a biological cause for this that alters everything about how you must behave in those pivotal first minutes after you have hurt your cat. What your cat is genuinely attempting to convey to you is vital. You see, when a cat feels offended or injured, their brain ignites the same primal system that kept their wild ancestors breathing in the African savannas thousands of years ago. It is not spitefulness. It is not pettiness. It is a survival instinct encased in a domestic package. And comprehending this shifts everything about how we tackle reconciliation. Consider it from their vantage point for just a moment. In the wild, a feline's survival relies on sustaining control over their environment and their interactions. They are simultaneously predator and prey, a fragile equilibrium that demands perpetual alertness. When something unforeseen occurs, particularly something painful or terrifying, their initial instinct is not to look for comfort. It is to retreat, evaluate, and reclaim that sense of control. This is where we humans get it spectacularly incorrect. Here is what science has unveiled regarding how cats actually converse with us. Mikkel Delgado, one of the premier experts in feline behavior, has dedicated years to investigating cat-human communication patterns. Her research demonstrates that cats have evolved specific signals exclusively for us, signals they do not even utilize with other cats. And the most potent one? The slow blink. You have likely witnessed it. Your cat gazes at you and then sluggishly, deliberately, shuts their eyes and opens them again. It looks almost drowsy, but it is anything but. In 2020, researchers at the University of Sussex executed a rigorous scientific study that confirmed what cat enthusiasts have hypothesized for decades. The slow blink is authentic communication. They dubbed it the cat kiss. And they prove that cats are significantly more prone to approach humans who slow blink at them first. It is a signal of trust, of non-aggression, of "I am not a threat to you." But here is the critical component that most people overlook. This only functions when the cat feels secure, when they feel in control, when they possess space. When you chase your upset cat, everything you are attempting to convey gets lost in translation. Your brain is saying, "I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me." But their brain is receiving. Threat approaching, retreat failed. Escalate to hiding. The stress hormone cortisol floods their system. Their heart rate spikes. Every step you take toward them validates what their instincts are screaming: danger. Let me inform you about the 3 fatal errors that well-intentioned cat owners commit every single day. Mistakes that can transform a minor accident into a major breach of faith. Fatal mistake number 1: pursuing the cat to fix things. I understand the impulse. Your heart is aching because you have hurt this being you adore. You want to repair it instantly. But research on feline stress responses indicates that forced interaction following a negative event can spike cortisol levels by up to 40%. You are not healing the wound. You are rubbing salt into it. Every time you reach for them and they recoil, every time you corner them in their hideout, you are teaching them that they cannot trust their safe zones anymore. Fatal mistake number 2: immediately presenting food or treats as compensation. Now I know what you are thinking, but my cat is food motivated. Treats always work. Here is the issue. You are generating what behaviorists term a negative association chain. In your cat's psyche, the sequence becomes: bad thing occurs dash, human appears with food dash, human is attempting to manipulate the scenario. Rather than reconciliation, you are teaching them that your apologies come with strings attached. There is a massive distinction between a peace offering and a bribe. and cats are intelligent enough to discern which one they are receiving. Fatal mistake number 3. This one shocks people, acting like nothing transpired at all. Some cat owners, terrified of making things worse, simply pretend the incident never took place. They proceed with their day normally, anticipating the cat will get over it naturally. But here is what research on feline emotional processing tells us. Cats require acknowledgement. Not our human-style dramatic apologies, but an acknowledgement that something occurred, that their experience was valid. When we disregard their distress, we are essentially invalidating their emotions. Over time, this erodes trust far more insidiously than any single incident ever could. So what do cats actually desire? This is the fascinating portion, and it is so beautifully simple once you grasp it. Cats prize choice and control above almost everything else. Studies on feline environmental enrichment and well-being consistently demonstrate that cats who possess agency, who can choose when to interact, where to go, what to do, are healthier, less stressed, and more bonded to their owners. This is not merely about scratching posts and toys. It is about emotional autonomy. When your cat is hurt or upset, what they crave most is the power to decide what happens next. Not you deciding when reconciliation occurs. Not you determining how much space they require. Them. Their choice. Their timeline. Their terms. Reflect on the last time someone hurt your feelings. Did you want that person immediately in your face, talking at you, touching you, demanding forgiveness? Or did you want a moment to breathe, to process, to return to the relationship when you felt ready? Your cat desires exactly the same thing. Now you are likely sitting there thinking, okay, this all makes sense, but what do I actually do? My cat is under the bed right now, and I feel awful. What are the actual steps? And this is where it gets truly interesting, because there is a specific sequence of actions that you need to adhere to in those critical first 10 minutes following an incident. I'm going to tell you something that might seem completely counterintuitive at first. The very first thing you need to do is the exact opposite of what every instinct in your body is screaming at you to do. This is the exact method that actually works. Imagine the scene. You have just accidentally stepped on your cat's tail. She lets out that horrific cry of pain, fixes you with those wounded eyes, and bolts under the bed. Your heart is racing. Guilt crashes over you like a tidal wave. Every fiber of your being wants to run after her, to scoop her up, to make it better right now. And that is exactly when you need to do something that will feel completely unnatural. You need to stop. Just stop. Phase 1 of effective feline reconciliation happens in the first 60 seconds. And these 60 seconds will determine whether you are about to repair the relationship or damage it further. Step 1. Freeze exactly where you are. Do not take another step toward your cat. Do not reach out. Do not call their name in that high-pitched voice we all default to when we are upset. Just stop moving. This immediate cessation of action is the first word in your cat's language of safety. It says, the threat has ended. Step 2. Lower yourself. Get down to your cat's level. But here is the crucial part. Don't do it quickly and don't face them directly. Crouch or sit down slowly, turning your body at an angle. Research on animal behavior and threat perception shows that height creates a power dynamic that cats are acutely aware of. When you are towering above them, you are in the predator position, whether you mean to be or not. By lowering yourself, you are removing that psychological pressure. Step 3. Your voice matters more than your words right now. Speak softly if you must speak at all, but keep your tone low and calm. Here is what doesn't work. Oh baby, I'm so sorry. Mommy didn't mean it. Please don't be mad. I love you so much. That emotional intensity, even though it is coming from love, reads as stress to your cat. Their ears are incredibly sensitive. They can detect frequencies we can't even imagine. Your anxious energy translates directly into their nervous system. Instead, a simple, quiet, hey, or even silence is far more effective. Step 4. This is the hardest one for most people. Give them immediate physical space. I am talking a minimum of 6 to 10 feet. Move yourself away from them. If they are under the bed, leave the room if possible, or at least move to the opposite side. I can feel you resisting this right now. Everything in you wants to stay close, to keep them in sight, to monitor whether they are okay. But this space is the gift they need most. It is you saying in their language, you are safe. You have control. I respect your boundaries. Now we move into phase 2, the next 5 to 10 minutes. This is where patience becomes your superpower. Step 5. Position yourself sideways to wherever your cat has gone. Don't stare at them. Don't keep checking if they are coming out yet. Sit or lie down at an angle, making yourself smaller and less threatening. Studies on feline body language and spatial communication show that direct frontal orientation is an aggressive posture in cat culture. Predators face their prey head-on. Friends and family sit alongside each other. Step 6. This is where the slow blink comes in, but you need to do it correctly. Look in your cat's general direction, not a hard stare, just a soft gaze. And then slowly close your eyes for 2 to 3 seconds. Open them slowly. Wait about 30 seconds. Do it again. You are speaking directly to their limbic system now, the emotional center of their brain. You are saying, "I trust you. I am relaxed. There is no danger here." What you are doing right now, whether you realize it or not, is letting your cat's nervous system reset. You are giving their cortisol levels time to drop, their heart rate time to normalize, their breathing time to slow. This isn't just emotional. It is deeply physiological. Step 7. Wait for them to initiate. This might take 2 minutes, it might take 20. Every cat is different, and every situation is different. But you will know when they are ready. The signs are subtle but clear. Their tail starts to relax, no longer tucked tight against their body. Their ears rotate forward, even slightly. They might peek out from their hiding spot. They might take a few tentative steps in your direction. And here is what you absolutely cannot do. The moment you see these signs, you cannot pounce on the opportunity. You can't suddenly sit up, reach out, or start talking. That resets everything back to zero. Step 8. When your cat moves closer, if they choose to, extend your hand very slowly. Palm down, fingers loose. Stop when your hand is about 6 inches from them. Just hold it there. Let them come the rest of the way. Let them sniff your fingers. Rub their cheek against your hand if they want to. The scent glands in their cheeks are depositing their pheromones on you, reclaiming you as safe, as theirs. This is them saying, "Okay, I am considering forgiveness." Step 9. The first physical contact needs to be on their terms and in their preferred zones. Most cats feel safest with gentle touches to their chin, the base of their ears, or their forehead. These are the areas where they have scent glands, where touch feels like social bonding rather than restraint. Avoid their belly, their paws, their tail. These are vulnerable areas, and touching them too soon after an incident can trigger another retreat. Step 10. Keep your voice calm and quiet. Not silent, but gentle. Tone carries more weight than words in feline communication. Studies on auditory processing in cats show that they are far more attuned to the emotional quality of our voices than the actual words we are saying. A soft, good girl in a relaxed tone does more than 1,000 "I'm sorry's" in an anxious voice. Step 11. If your cat seems receptive, and only if they seem receptive, you can introduce gentle play. Not energetic chase games right now, but soft, engaging interaction. A feather toy moved slowly, a string trailing across the floor. Play releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both cats and humans. Research on human-animal bonding shows that positive, playful interactions actually help rewire the emotional memory of negative events. You are not erasing what happened, but you are adding a positive bookmark to the experience. Now, what about special cases? If you have a cat who is more sensitive, perhaps one who came from a difficult background or experienced trauma before you adopted them, this process might need to be even slower. Double the distance. Triple the patience. Some cats need an hour of processing time. Some need several hours. That is not a failure. That is just who they are. For senior cats, be aware that physical pain might make them more reactive and slower to forgive. An arthritic cat who gets their tail stepped on isn't just startled. They are genuinely hurting. They might need pain to subside before emotional reconciliation can even begin. And if you have multiple cats, this gets complicated. Sometimes one cat's distress triggers anxiety in the others. You might need to separate them temporarily, giving each cat space to process individually before reintegrating the group. I want you to think about something for a second. Have you ever followed all these steps perfectly, done everything right, and your cat still won't come out from under the bed after hours have passed? You are sitting there feeling like a terrible pet parent, wondering if you have permanently damaged your relationship, maybe even questioning if your cat will ever trust you again. Because there is something that happens during these extended hiding periods, something about the feline processing system that most owners don't understand. And missing this one crucial piece of information can turn a simple reconciliation into weeks of distance and broken trust. Building a relationship that can weather any storm. First, take a deep breath. If your cat is still processing what happened, that is completely normal. Some cats need 30 minutes of solitude. Others need 3 hours. A few particularly sensitive souls might need half a day. But there is a critical difference between healthy processing and genuine trauma. And knowing which one you are dealing with changes everything about how you should respond. Here are the signs of normal processing. Your cat remains calm, just distant. They are not frantically hiding or showing signs of panic. They are simply choosing space. They continue eating and drinking normally, even if they won't take food from your hand yet. They will accept your presence in the room as long as you maintain respectful distance. Their body language shows contemplation rather than fear, eyes half closed rather than wide with terror, ears in a neutral position rather than flattened. But watch for these warning signs that something more serious might be happening. Complete refusal of food or water for more than 24 hours. Sudden aggression when they were never aggressive before. Eliminating outside the litter box, which often signals severe stress. If you are seeing these red flags, it is time to consult with a veterinarian who specializes in behavioral issues. For most cats, reconciliation follows a predictable timeline. The initial incident causes immediate retreat. That is the first 15 minutes to 2 hours. Then comes gradual reemergence. They start showing up in the same room as you, maintaining distance but not hiding anymore. That is hours 2 through 6 typically. Finally, tentative reconnection. They accept treats, allow brief touch, return to some normal behaviors. This usually happens within 12 to 24 hours. Now let's talk about something that will transform not just how you apologize to your cat, but how you build a relationship that is resilient enough to weather any storm. I call it the emotional bank account. Think of your relationship with your cat as a bank account. Every positive interaction is a deposit. Every negative one is a withdrawal. The question isn't whether you will ever make withdrawals. Accidents happen, stressful moments occur, life gets messy. The question is whether you have made enough deposits that your account can handle an occasional withdrawal without going into the red. Research on human-animal bonds shows that the ratio matters enormously. For every negative interaction, you need approximately 5 positive ones to maintain a strong, stable relationship. 5 to 1. That is your target. What counts as a deposit? 10 to 15 minutes of genuine, focused quality time every single day. Not time where you are scrolling your phone while absently petting your cat. Real presence. Engaging play sessions where you are reading their body language and matching their energy. Quiet companionship where you are both relaxed in the same space. Predictable routines are massive deposits. Cats thrive on predictability. It makes them feel secure. Feed them at the same times each day. Play before bedtime. These rituals create a framework of safety that can support them through unexpected disruptions. But here is what many people don't realize. You can prevent 90% of incidents that require apologies just by learning to read your cat's body language before you cross their boundaries. Watch their tail. A tail held low or thrashing back and forth isn't an invitation for interaction. It is a warning sign. Ears pinned back or rotated to the sides. They are already stressed about something. Dilated pupils in normal lighting? High alert mode. If you see these signals and you back off, give space, you have just prevented a negative interaction before it happened. Environmental enrichment doesn't just make cats happier, it makes them more forgiving. Studies on feline welfare show that cats with adequate mental and physical stimulation are more resilient to stress, more tolerant of mistakes, and quicker to reconcile after conflicts. What does enrichment look like? Vertical spaces where they can climb and survey their territory. Cats feel safest when they are elevated. Window perches where they can watch the outside world. Hiding spots throughout the house that you respect as off-limits, even when you are desperate to reconcile. These environmental features give your cat control over their experience of the world. And cats who feel in control are cats who can afford to be generous with forgiveness. Consistency is love in the feline language. We humans express love through variety, surprise gifts, spontaneous adventures, unpredictable affection. Cats experience love through reliability. The same greeting when you wake up, the same bedtime routine. When your cat knows what to expect from you, they can relax. And relaxed cats are bonded cats. There is something beautiful about feline forgiveness that I think we humans can learn from. When a cat forgives you, they don't bring it up again. They don't hold grudges. They simply move forward. But, and this is important, they remember. Not with resentment, but with information. They have updated their understanding of you, of what you are capable of how safe they feel. It is honest forgiveness. Let me share a story that captures this perfectly. There is a cat named Oliver who was rescued from a hoarding situation. He came into his new home terrified of everything. His adopter, Marcus, spent 6 months just sitting on the floor near Oliver, never pushing, never forcing. Slow blinks from across the room, treats placed at a distance, patience that most people couldn't fathom. Then one day, Marcus accidentally dropped a pan in the kitchen. The crash sent Oliver scrambling. But instead of disappearing for days like he would have in those early weeks, Oliver came back out after an hour. He approached Marcus cautiously, and when Marcus did the slow blink, Oliver blinked back. It was such a small moment, but it represented months of deposits in that emotional bank account. That is the power of consistent, respectful relationship building. So what is the takeaway from everything we have explored together today? Apologizing to your cat isn't about the words you say or the treats you offer. It is about respect. It is about understanding that your cat experiences the world differently than you do and needs different things than you do. When you accidentally hurt your cat, the best apology is space plus patience plus respect for their agency. It is slow blinks and lowered posture and letting them choose when and how to reconnect. It is building a relationship so rich with positive experiences that forgiveness flows naturally because trust is already deeply established. Your cat isn't holding grudges. They are not being petty or manipulative. They are just being honest about what they need to feel safe with you again. And when you can speak their language, when you can meet them where they are, something magical happens. The bond deepens. Trust becomes unshakable. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you had damaged your relationship with your cat? What happened and how did you repair it? Drop your story in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'll respond to as many as I can. Your experience might be exactly what another cat owner needs to hear right now. If this video helped you understand your cat better, hit that like button. It helps other cat lovers find this information. And if you aren't already subscribed to Meowrange, what are you waiting for? We are building a community of people who want to truly understand these incredible creatures we share our lives with. Until next time, remember, the best apology is the one spoken in a language your cat can understand. And now you know exactly how to do that. Thanks for spending this time with me. Take care of those whiskers, and I'll see you in the next video.